This is the response that I got from a viewer who thought I did not understand the ministry of Pastor Mkuba and what is called deliverance ministry. I'm going to tell you my story and what really happened, and maybe you share the same sentiments with what I experienced, and probably you can tell me your experience in church. So here's my story. In 2016, I got hired at the church on my first day. This is what happened. From where I was staying to Soweto, where the church is based, so I had to find accommodation close by. And the day in question that I was supposed to start my first day at work, it was a day of night of deliverance. The whole church, including all the workers, they are supposed to be fasting. They'll only break their fast in the following morning after the deliverance. So I was not used to this. My type of fasting in those days was, I used to, if I'm fasting, I don't drink water. But in this fasting, they allowed you to drink. Said, let me go along. But because I had done manual work during the day of moving to move into this new apartment, I was exhausted. My body was tired and everything. So I kept on drinking water, and just for me to keep on going, you understand? So this, I think the body or the stomach could not take it anymore because of the water that I kept on drinking. This then happened, I think around 11, 12. I was on the camera. The challenge that was happening was that I was drinking cold water. I did not drink warm water, which I then later found out that people would, for them to replenish themselves, they have to drink warm water. I kept on drinking cold water. It was around 11, 12. I started vomiting whilst I was on camera. The ushers who were, would be going around when she was now starting to say, fire, 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 fire. They carried me and they took me inside, and I sat down there, but I was conscious of myself. I was conscious of what was happening. I was not in the, trance mode whereby I won't be understanding what is happening to me. I knew and I was conscious of what was happening to me, and I could tell the time when I was carried, because the time I started to throw up, these guys, they carried me and they took me inside, and I was there. Then when I felt that I was now okay, I could not be throwing up anymore. I thought, let me go back, and I was told you have to wait until the pastor prays for you. I waited there, I think from around 12, 1, 2, 3 until 4 o'clock. That's when the pastor then prayed, laid his hands on me. But to me, I was conscious of myself. I knew what was happening. I did not, there was not a moment where I could not have cognizance of what is happening around me. The only time where I lost cognizance of what was happening to me was when I was dozing off, sleeping, because there was a time then she'll be preaching and everyone will be lying down on that floor where there will be a tent inside the church, will be lying there. They will wait until the pastor finishes to preach, and then the pastor then is the only one who is allowed to lay hands. So what then happened was, I began to question myself, what is happening? I knew that this was nothing to do with what they called so-called deliverance, because I was cognizant of myself. Because from the people that were talking about deliverance, they won't be knowing what will be happening, because at the end of the day, when they are now saying, they are saying all those things that there is a spirit that is in me, or whatever happened, they won't be cognizant of themselves. But is that what we call deliverance? Deliverance, according to the Bible, we find that, we look at the man who had a legion of demons. The man with the legion of demons, he had more than 2,000 demons. If you check the word legion, it actually means this number. This man, we didn't hear him vomiting. We didn't hear in the Bible that he shrieked. We didn't hear that he convulsed. We didn't hear any of those things. But what we find in the Bible is that Jesus just cast the spirit and it went. They had a conversation with Jesus, but the spirit went. That was that. We didn't hear Jesus saying that he was going to bend them, or he was going to say. We find this typical deliverance. We find this kind of so-called deliverance, if we can put it that way. That is how the spirits went out. But the Bible speaks in the book of Luke chapter 4 verse 18 that I came to preach deliverance. So deliverance, according to the Bible, is supposed to be preached. It's supposed to be preached. When the word is being preached, whatever is in you, whatever spirits, then those are the spirits that will come out, the habits. So the way the deliverance is being preached, the more we know the word, the Bible says that we move from glory to glory, right? So the moving on from glory to glory, it is whereby all the things that you used to do, they start to fade away until full stature of Christ. But my brother Ricky actually showed me a video, and this is what prompted me to do this video, because of my experience and this person's comment on deliverance. What do you understand on deliverance? Is deliverance convulsing? Is deliverance shouting fire? Why is it that the politicians, when they come to your church, you don't see them doing whatever they're doing? Why is it the people who are high up in society, when they come to your church, you don't find them doing those funny things that you think is deliverance? Deliverance, according to the Bible, it is preached. And we know that the power of God is not measured by how many people are falling down. The power of God is measured. The Bible says that I'm not ashamed of the gospel. It is the power of God unto salvation. But please watch this video and tell me what you think.
Who are not conscious. He stops, he's conscious, and he starts communicating with people that thought they were drunk. He dismissed that particular point. That's why you want the church must have, the church must just be power. Relax. The Bible tells us what is power. It says the gospel. It is the power unto salvation, not power unto man. It is power unto salvation. It drives us away from self. It drives us away from human consciousness of what is power. The reason why you want this is because you are empty. You understand? They never told you. You are empty. You want this because you are empty. That's why the Bible says you cast that spirit out, it will come back with more violent spirits.
You can also go and check out my brother Ricky's channel. He talks about all these things that we do here. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again on the next episode. This is reminding you that Rise Up Africa, the world is waiting for you. I'll see you on the next video.